rooting for everybody that's black. Happy Black History Month. Welcome to another episode of Just Cuz Podcast. It's two cousins, and we are here talking to our other cousins, which is you who is listening. We appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you listening. Thank you so much. As always, like, comment, subscribe. If you leave a review, if there's something you want to say, uh, or like some of y'all do, y'all just DM me or inbox me or just text me, and tell me what you think, which most of y'all do. I ain't mad at it. But as always, I'm joined by my co-host Molly.
Hey, cousins.
What's going on? Something poking on her frontal lobe that she wants to get all she want to talk about tonight, so we're gonna jump into it. But then me, uh Rashad, aka Bruce Leroy, because I got that glow. So what's,
We are
what's,
here.
what's on your what's on your frontal lobe? What's on your temples?
So, I was talking to my cousin. I've had a difficult couple of weeks, but as far as
We're only 5 weeks in.
huh,
We're only 5 weeks into the year.
it's been crazy. But as you're growing, you should always be growing. And I feel like that there are steps that have to be taken. Sometimes we have to unlearn behaviors that we're taught. Sometimes we have to get out of our own comfort zone, stop being comfortable. So I'm in a position to grow, and I'm getting ready to turn 40. And with that, I am coming to understand that I have triggers.
4-0.
40.
Yeah,
So, and I'm excited.
I'm gonna tell you, I've learned more about myself in the past 3 years than I've had in my 42 years.
Really? So what have you learned?
No, 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 no. Continue.
So, I have learned in the last couple of weeks, with age and with experience, I have a short fuse for nonsense and tolerating nonsense from others. And I am specializing in right now of setting boundaries. And that's across the board of like whether I'm at work, whether it's personal life, whether it's business, whatever that it is, I'm setting boundaries because I came to the realization at the end of 2023, I am exhausted with being a people pleaser.
Ooh. See,
Exhausted.
now you know why them old people be acting like old people.
Just tell the truth and walk away. Just tell the truth. Tell them how you feel and walk away because I have been harboring feelings for a very long time about people, and it just came out in the last couple of weeks. So several people, it's not just one or two, it's several people, and it's just like, I was the problem. I was the problem. So with that, I have to take accountability for the things that I did. I can't solely place blame on them for how they treated me because I taught them how to treat me and I tolerated it for a very long time. Yeah.
Ooh.
So now I just told someone earlier for work, I said, last week, I didn't even tell you this, but I had some computer issues. And when I reached IT, um, the IT representative, he was just yelling at me through the phone. Like, yeah, very short fuse.
Hey,
And
Soldier Boy,
huh?
Soldier Boy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was crazy. And I was on the phone like, I want to hang up. I think I'm gonna hang up, you know?
Mhm.
And I started talking very calm. It's like therapy at that point, but do I really want to do that? No, I don't. But it doesn't do anything with two people arguing. So I just talk very calm and, You know, at that point he said, you know, I'm really overwhelmed, and but that didn't give you a right to yell at me, you
At
know.
all.
So I didn't do anything. Y'all released some patches that were bad. Um, Stuff does not work. So things like that I'm starting to learn for myself. And it's okay to hang the phone up on people. You
Huh?
know, we got to learn that too. If it's any disrespect, just hang the phone up.
Say, you know what? It's things change since we ain't got flip phones no more. Because it's nothing satisfying as like, closing that flip phone. Because you can just like tap the back of it. And you know what I'm saying? Because it's instant. Like now you gotta tap the screen, get it to wake up, and then
Yeah.
you gotta find that end button, and it's just like boop boop. You know what I mean? Like it's
Something
something,
about that click.
something satisfying about that click. Not for them, but for you. It's just like
Hmm.
different. You know what I mean? Or that what I'm saying, when you hang up that old school telephone, so you gotta put that on,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like it.
That pressure.
Right, because that person on the other line is gonna hear that click. You know what I'm saying? When you put that, mm, bang that gavel.
I think I need one of them at this point.
Mm,
I really do. To tap in and say, hey, let's tap out, India. At this point, you know, you've done everything that you needed to do. And that's where I am at this point. Like I said, when I ended 2023, it's just like I'm no longer serving people in that magnitude. Meaning that really exhausting myself. And being around people, I learned too at the very end, being around people doesn't make me happy either, certain people, as it used to.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I struggle with that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Some people, some folks that, nothing like is not that, uh, there's like bad blood or we had like a disagreement. It's just kind of like we was real tight at one point, and then it kind of fizzled out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like we don't we really don't talk. You know what I mean? But not that, if they ever call me, it was like, I need you, I'm there. I'm on the way.
Yeah.
We just don't talk as regular or as we used to. You know what I mean? And there's some that like uh I talk to periodically, but we'll pick right up. So I mean but those who I don't like, I was rocking with real hard, and now we don't rock as hard as sometimes I think about it and I'm just like, wow, like,
It's true. You know, as you transition, for me anyway, as you transition and you mature, you start to do things that do things differently, handle things differently. The things that used to be cute are no longer cute. The entertainment that sometimes you used to do and you used to entertain people, it's just like, why am I doing that? Um, it serves me no purpose anymore.
mm,
So, I don't know if it's just solely in the transition to getting ready to turn 40 or not, or just, I always say I did everything that everybody wanted me to do.
mm,
Anytime someone asks me to do something as far as family is concerned, even work too, it's just like, I'll do it. I'll like do whatever that needs to be done. I don't care what it is. And it's really exhausting me.
no, no, no. Learn that real quick in the army. We are not volunteering for a whole lot.
Yeah.
No, I ain't no. Even when I have, because I was enlisted and we have officers, and like, what I'm saying, like I used to tell my my battle buddy, my partner, who's really my supervisor, but
Okay.
Like, don't go in there and volunteering us for nothing. 'Cause you in there trying to get some kudos with the balls. Nah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like cause like one of my partners, like I hit her up like recently. I sent her something. It was army, it was military related. And she was like, facts. And she was like, you wouldn't even let me go to a meeting by myself for the first 6 months. I was like, yeah, I had to make sure you went in there trying to make sure volunteers from some ridiculousness. Like, I'm like, calm down. You know what I mean? Because we learn like as enlisted, it's always because it's officer, which is like your managers, right?
Okay.
They'll go and like because they want to FaceTime with the boss, and they get all giddy, and then they go volunteer for stuff, and then they come back. But who's the one that's gonna actually have to execute?
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Like you volunteer to coordinate this party for the organization. So now we gotta run around here, figure out where we go, the venue, how this is getting paid, you know, who
Fun.
all will be there,
Yep.
what time we need to be, like all that stuff. We gotta figure all that stuff. You know what I mean? And so, nah,
It's a
uh-uh.
hard lesson. It really is a life lesson. And it's okay to, want to uh help people out. But like I said, I've learned in the last couple of weeks, it's just like, man, what are you doing to yourself? You're spreading yourself thin by always being there for other people. If they ask for anything, you stop at the drop of a dime. Like I went to go get some t-shirts the other day. Like someone said, hey, I want you to make these t-shirts. And then I was just like, okay, let me go out and get the t-shirts, because I'm
Mhm.
pretty busy. We're still in basketball season. So next thing I know, I sent them the invoice and they said, hey, I don't have the money.
You ain't got no t-shirts.
You can't.
You ain't got no t-shirts. That's easy for me. You ain't
Easy.
got no t-shirts. Love you, but you ain't got no t-shirts.
You can't get anything. And that's like I said, that's a hard lesson for business, meaning that, you know, you're not going to please everyone. Get your
Nah.
target audience, put in your work consistently, and things will come to you as they should. Put it in the universe, do the work, but you're not going to skip over anything. But you cannot exhaust yourself because when you exhaust yourself, you're no good to anyone, even
Mm, absolutely. And I feel like that's where like I personally feel that's where that saying is where like you can't do business with family because sometimes family take be like, well, come on, can you just hook me up, blah blah blah, and it's just kind of like I'll give you a pass type stuff. Like, but that stuff runs out real quick. You
it
know what
does.
I'm saying? But sometimes, I think that's not. I don't think that's like I don't know if I want to say that's the norm or not the norm. I think it happens more often than it should,
Mhm.
but I don't feel like that's the norm because I'm pretty sure there's, a lot of family that come and support and, come and show up and show out for you.
Absolutely. I appreciate the support. Even, like I said before, in our previous session, I actually reached out to someone to be my mentor. Like I needed that. I
Mm,
needed that guidance. Someone I had people close to me, but someone outside that's going to tell me, hey, this is what I see. This is what I think you need to do. This is your pathway. And you need to get out of your comfort zone, just talking to someone for 15 minutes. And
mhm.
that's all I needed. And they said, I don't even know why you're on the phone with me. Um, you already have your answers, and I did. But I still needed that push, that individual push. But we were discussing uh your passion versus your interest. And I was telling you the story about someone that had said they had talked to their college student, and they were not expecting them to drop out of medical school, and
Mm,
they were depending on them to be the first doctor in their family. And
mm,
the person was telling me how upset they were with their child, because they had been living that dream since they were a small child, and that person, their child, came to them and said, this is my interest, writing policies are my interest, and which is totally different from medical school. So
mhm.
um I feel like sometimes your core people put their expectations on you, and it
Mhm.
kind of limits you and sets you up in a box that they want you to stay in.
Mm.
uh and you don't always stay in that specific box.
Yeah, I mean, how? And I remember when it raises questions of like that person with the middle school, like, and the parent had this expectation of him becoming a medical doctor, but it was like, how long have you been pushing that idea?
Yes.
You've been pushing that idea of like you just want to be a doctor, as kids, you like, yeah, or whatever, but it's like, but then it's like how when you get to a point where you're like you find something that you actually have an interest in, it's kind of a pet like kind of turns into a passion.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like I was interested in being a medical doctor, but I've discovered this
Hmm.
and I like it and I'm well at it. And now it's becoming more of not just an interest, but it's becoming more of a passion. So like, but your parents been doctor, doctor, doctor all this time. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you come to, your parent is like, hey, I don't want to do that anymore. You know what I mean? And we know our parents, and like, sometimes we do. Sometimes we know our parents, and it's kind of like if I go to my parent with this is not gonna go well.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And then, I don't know. Then you may find out you may just you know grind it out and keep going in that same path, or you rather ask for forgiveness than permission. You know what I mean? So it's like, or you may not know. They be like, okay, cool. Well, let's talk about it, or at least let's get like give a chance to talk about it and let before you have to ask for forgiveness rather than permission.
Yeah, especially if they're paying your tuition, you know.
Right. There's some parents they be like, well, all right, well, I ain't paying for that.
Hmm. I know parents that have told their kids, you got to go to the military in order to pay for your school. Like, I'm not paying for anything. Once you turn 18, you're done. And I think sometimes, what you get ready to say? Go ahead.
Where did that come from?
I think it comes from control. I think it comes from, I think it's a combination of control. I think it's a combination of who was there for me when I wanted to do
Hmm.
what I wanted to do, and nobody supported me. So I'm just going to repeat the cycle until someone um does differently, in a sense. But I come from a place, and I always tell my kids this: whatever that they want to do, if I can help in any way, whatever. Whether you want to be an entrepreneur, whether you want to go to school, whether you want to go into the military, whatever it is, I will try to help you as best as possible. So because I know what it's like to have some student loans. So
Mm.
yeah. So with that being said, listen, they give you you better go to school, figure it out. So, it's just like I never wanted that for my kids. Do whatever that you want to do, whether you want to be a doctor, whether you want to be on CNN, whether you want to do whatever it is, it's up to you at the end of the day because you have to live with your life. I'm not going to be there at your job with you. And I think that's where we're going wrong with this generation of kids because we're handing their holding their hands all of the time, meaning they can't do nothing without us. A lot of us parents, meaning, hey, you can't go to school away because you're out of my viewpoint and I need to see you every day. No, Jay, I need you to go ahead wherever you're going. I'm not even going to touch on us college parents that are exhausted with these college kids. But yeah, you have to allow your kids to evolve. You really
Yeah.
do.
I wish there was I know we talked about this before, but like I would I would like there to be more internship opportunities and not just, you know, I don't know, like corporate interns or like because like there's still a need for skilled trade labor, like welding, pipe fitting, you know, carpentry, that type stuff. It's like that's that's always going to be a need, and like that may be something that you like. Farming, you know what I mean? As because this,
Mm.
you know, I feel like there's an attack on farming, or there's a corporate interest in farming, but yeah, like you know, I mean, it doesn't have to be like a whole future farmers of America, but like you know, what I mean, like I just feel like during like summer and not just like at high school, like maybe you can start like middle school, like during those summer vacations, like some programs where like you can get and start learning or start looking into these skill trade or corporate interests, like you know, internships, like go, you know what I'm saying, giving them a chance to be able to learn how to do pipe welding or you know, AC vac or you know, repairs or whatever, or like this is how this works, and you know, you know, you come and you know, get a taste and see how it is, see if you like it. You know what I mean? Because like, I mean, to be honest, like a lot of your, uh, I guess your corporate heavyweights back in the day, you know, they all started their businesses young.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we talked about this before too. Like Jack Daniels started Jack Daniels brand when he was like 15, 16, going out here selling hooch. You know, so like, or you know, marketing and branding that brand of whiskey.
Yeah.
You know, Ford, I think, started at a you know young age of getting into it. You know, so it's like trying to get an interest into that stuff early and figuring it out, and if you have interest in, and that could having conversations and allowing that to kind of shape that future of like, do you want to go to college? Do you want to go, or maybe you want to go to a trade school, a technical school, where you can learn that stuff, and then you know, and get into that, you know, transportation.
Absolutely. That's another big field. There's nothing wrong with transportation because you're going to need to get to and from at some point. You know, a lot of people, you know, like in Delaware, a lot of people have cars, meaning they drive themselves. But in the city, you're relying on public transportation, most of the time, whether it's a train, whether it's a bus or whatever. Um, you know, I just feel like as an individual, you know, I watched Ray J. I want to say this too. I watched Ray J. I want to say it was last week. And he showed his children drawing on the walls in his house,
Mm-hmm.
saying, you know, some people will say, because as people will say, don't you draw on that wall? Why would you do that? But I feel like we need to engage our kids with their artistry as well, meaning that, hey, this is where it starts at, meaning that you have the option to draw anything because art is not big in school anymore. You may have it for a marking period versus when we had it all year round when we went to school most of the time. So our longer period, I should say. So it's just like, are our kids getting the options to make interested decisions on what really would be the best for them, what they like? Meaning, do I like to draw? Do I like engineering? Do I like electric? Do I like to see sparks? Do I like to, do I like to swim? Do I like things like that that I feel like that we are missing with this generation? And I feel like parents and families have to support our kids more in a sense of giving them options. I went to the district not long ago and I said, the conversation needs to start earlier within this district for pathways, meaning start talking about it in middle school. That way, when you get to high school, by the time you get a senior, you can be working. Really, when you're a junior, you can be working. Once you are able to get your permit, yes, you have to work a certain amount of hours, but still, you can branch out. You get your driver's license. I mean, really, you're wasting time by repeating the same information through what we learn every single year. So let these kids go out and learn something about life and about work ethic as well, because that's one thing that these kids are missing. Meaning, if I don't like something, what they going to jump to another job? I don't like that job, jump to another job. Where versus we were taught, you stay at a job for a long time. So it's certain things that I definitely would promote in changing. But as far as your interest versus your passion, I feel like we can keep going around this merry-go-round enough to the point where, okay, what is my passion? Right now, just through my experience in the last 3 years, like I know my passion is education. Without a doubt. Like education, policy change, school safety, that is my passion. And law is an interest right now. If I had the money, I would definitely go to law school. Wouldn't be here, but I would definitely go to law school. Like that's my idea in the back of my head right now. How am I going to pay for this? And
Start by taking just a couple like classes, like ethics, or or can you go to somebody's law firm and like, well, I have an interest, and just have a conversation, a discussion, or find someone that's on the gram or on the book, a face or something. I don't know. It's just like to get the interest and to feed that interest that you have.
so I did that this week. I can't go into detail because
Oh,
it's very political,
that's
I did take the initiative yesterday. Probably pissed some people off.
oh
It,
man, it happens.
It happens, but you can't please everybody. Ain't that what you just said?
you can't. And I don't want to either. And I said the other day to my mom, the hate is real. You might as well get in line. It's a line right now. And I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. But when it comes to our kids getting their education that they deserve, just like we deserved it, or
Mm.
we attained it, then I feel like they deserve that in a setting that is not all over the place. And right now, our school system is really jacked up. And I'm not sure if it's going to be a quick correction or it's going to be a long-term adjustment. But if I can help in any way, that's where I'm at this point. If I can help in any way, I'm willing to help. Someone asked me yesterday, how many hours can I work? I do what I need to do.
Mm.
So I'll even work weekends if necessary. But it's a adjustment to get out of your comfort zone, but
Mhm.
it has to be done because if you want to grow, continue to grow, then you have to do what you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially since they out here throwing around retirement age is 70. They pushing retirement age. They talking about it.
Oh, it's coming.
Pushing the retirement age is 70?
70. That gives you 10 years to live your life, possibly, if you
70.
don't if you don't drop over by then.
That's wild.
And then again, we talked about it before. Hopefully we have something.
A retirement fund? A Social Security? Mm. I'm telling you, it's getting crazy. And we kind of changed the subject, but
Yeah.
like I don't know if you seen uh California is about to raise the minimum wage to $20 an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the governor is signs that minimum wage be $20 an hour in California.
Mm.
But also in California, they just opened the first AI ran fast food restaurant.
You sent me that.
I just said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only people that's working is the ones who put the final touches on the food. That's it. Everything is AI ran. So it's machines and they're flipping burgers, buying French fries, uh yeah, and like you don't even you go to a kiosk and put your order in. But it's all machines in the back cooking burgers and cooking French fries and yada yada yada. And the only people that work in there are ones that kind of like I guess like wrap the burger or just kind of put the last little I don't know accoutrement or
Yeah.
whatever on the food, the last little seasoning or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the finishing touches. That's it.
I wonder how much did the engineer cost? How much did they pay to, or was it a grant, or what kind of funding did they get? That's what I would really like to know. Meaning whoever built that system for
You
AI.
talking about for the food?
Yeah.
So they've been working on that for years. So it's been here and there, little like a robot arm that kind of flips burgers and stuff like that. But to put it into full motion, like yeah, that's to run that program. But you're only talking one or two people to put that program together
Yeah.
and to kind of monitor it
And roll it out.
and roll it out. You know what I'm saying? But it's stuff like that, and it's the questions was asked of like, well, doesn't that put people out of jobs? And they was kind of like, nah, because now whatever. Like the thing about it is that it's less people working in these
Hmm.
jobs. You know what I mean? And it's like now the now the employer or well, now the employer doesn't have to worry about calling in, people calling in that call out of work or calling in sick or people getting injured and having to pay out workman's comp because it's a machine. If something happens to the machine, you just get it replaced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and now, me thinking about it right now, because like you talk about fast food, like a lot of your fast food restaurants, like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, like those restaurant owners, really they're just managers.
They are. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you're buying into a brand, and like you still have to pay into that brand, to that corporate McDonald's or Chick-fil-A, and you get a salary off of this restaurant that you manage.
Yeah. It's a
You know
franchise.
what I mean? It's a franchise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and it also, and it well, I'll get into that, but like once they get this going, why do I need a manager?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or why do I need a franchise owner when I could just hire a manager
And
to
let them take on the.
right? So and then I don't have to worry about a franchise owner or looking for a they just because most of the time McDonald's, they just buy the real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Really, that's what they do. They just buy the real estate, and then you just run that area, that restaurant. But like, I don't need a franchise owner if I have AI machines running the restaurant.
Yeah.
So I just hire a manager for this restaurant to manage the few little people that's working and make sure that the machines are good, or anything if there's an issue with the customer, they can handle it.
Yeah.
So what I need a franchise owner for? Kind of like, you know what I mean? Just like, and this is what I was about to get, like Nike, they're looking at ways to cut out, they try to get direct to buyer. Because they stop I think what was it, Foot Action?
What?
Like they cut out, I think, yeah, Nike, like if it was somebody, it was Foot Action, Foot Locker, somebody, like they cut out sending their shoes to them.
Oh,
Because they're trying to get a more direct to buyer.
okay.
Then they're trying to cut out a lot of middle. And so instead of Nike sending out these shipments to Foot Locker, Foot Action, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you just the buyer just goes to the sneaker app or the Nike app.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Or goat. Gotcha. And goat sends it right on out to you.
Right. But Goat just
It's upcharged.
well, I think Goat's like is peer to peer, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like that's even then, because like now because like even because when we try to get sneakers off of the sneaker app, we got to compete with bots because
Yeah.
people set up these bots to buy the shoes, and then so they can turn around and sell it on Goat.
Can we please? And I know we talked about this before, but it's a trigger for me. I'm a sneakerhead. Don't gloat. I don't really mess with Jordans like that. They not my thing. But can we please, sneakers at and Nike? Can we please stop playing this game? For real.
Yeah, I don't know because I tried to get those Miles Morales a couple times, and I was heated,
Go on.
but yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like it's interesting because now we're talking like what used to be like when you was in high school or whatever, you can go and get you a little job at McDonald's or Wendy's or whatever. It's an income supplement while you're going to school or you're just starting out. As a young adult.
Mhm.
I mean, before you step into what you really want to get into or find a passion to, or if you try to, you know, I guess climb that corporate ladder within that fast food business.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, but now those positions are starting to become fewer. You,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying? And then what's gonna help is, the attitude of customer service. And then now then you got your boy Keith Lee out here breaking hearts.
hold on. Before we get to Keith Lee, because I wanted to talk to you about that too. But I did see on CNN earlier they was going in on McDonald's, saying who can afford McDonald's at this point? They're raising their prices, and it's just like they said earlier. People are staying more at home now, cooking their food at home. But I feel like, excuse me, customer service definitely needs to change. Even Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A used to be spectacular. They were reliable. You could pull off. You didn't even have to check the bag. By the time we get home now, stuff ain't in there. We got to go
Really?
back. Yeah, it's terrible.
You
Terrible.
know, I don't frequent Chick-fil-A like that anymore. So I didn't know it. I didn't know it changed.
Yeah.
Man, but yeah, so like, and that was another thing that they brought up, or I was reading when they were talking about this AI fast food restaurant, is because they was like, the 20, because now that they was talking about raising the minimum wage to $20, and they was like, that stuff is like, now I got to pay if I got to pay employees $20, that means I have to raise the prices of my menu items.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that was another thing that was just gonna help. It's kind of like, well, I might as well have more of this, incorporate more AI or more machines in the restaurant, because you don't have to pay it. You don't have to pay the machine.
You don't. I feel like everything is going up, and you know, I wouldn't say a lot of companies, but some companies are trying to compete with that, meaning that, okay, they're raising theirs like $20. Hey, let's give you $23 or something along that line, meaning here in Delaware, something like that. So, like a Walmart, people
Mhm.
in high school can make good money working at Walmart, you know, just basic stocking. So, versus when we were their age, we got
Mhm.
$8 an hour. And what am I doing with $8 an hour? You know?
Yeah, but like, but if you, I mean, like, if you working during high school, like, I'm still at home, so I
Yeah.
don't have no expenses. I don't have no bills. You know what I mean? Like,
But there has been a shift in this generation because the parents are saying, I'm no longer supporting you. Even though you're in the house, you gotta pay for your toilet paper, you gotta pay for your gas in your car, your cell phone bill. You like it's been a shift. It has.
but it makes. I mean, it makes like it, but it has. You have to explain it. Like, look, because when you leave here. Because I understand, like, some of you like, oh, I can't wait to leave and get out on my. All right, you know what I mean? Because it's different.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because I feel it. So I'll happily go back home and live at the house.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? All right, because it's different. I do not recommend. 0 out of 10.
Adulthood,
This is
0 out of 10.
Dalton's for the birds. Out of control. But yeah, I mean, but it's like, look, this is to prepare you and have you have an understanding of like this is what it's going to take, and kind of get you prepared of like learning how to budget and to understand, you know, income and outcome of your money, and what's coming in versus what's going out, and how much if you're taking on debt, and because I can look at how much I get paid and then look at a vehicle I want and be like, oh yeah, I mean, I get paid this. They only asking, I don't have to pay this per month for my vehicle. I can swing it, but then you're not really thinking about, or you tend not to think about like, all right, but then I also got to pay insurance. I also got to put gas in this car. You know,
Grocery.
you know what I mean? Like food, because the
Mhm.
price of food is ridiculous. And like in Tennessee, like there's a representative in Tennessee that's trying to get them to get rid of this food tax in Tennessee.
Food tax.
Food tax. When you go to the grocery store, tax
food tax.
You know, we have a tax, but it's hidden. So we don't get that unexpected tax. Or if it's $60, it better be $60 when I get to that thing. But for y'all, it's different. And I don't know if I don't know, I would adjust to it, but I don't know because I'm so set in my ways of $62. You know,
Yeah.
maybe get some stuff back. No, oh, you keep that.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what. So I don't mind. Sometimes I don't mind shopping in Delaware because they don't have there's no sales tax in Delaware.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like when they say 99 cents, you pay 99 cents.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But coming here, if you say 99 cents, you pay all bit of 105.
Crazy.
So
It's something, you
yeah.
know, you got to learn how to coupon too. Because, you know, I'll tear me a wallet up and all that. Target, Walgreens, all them coupons, that stuff be adding up. Chick-fil-A, I'll scan that thing in a minute. I want everything free on a Good Friday.
I remember I did that one time like years ago. I
Uh-huh.
mean, like years. I was like, some coupons. So I cut some coupons and I went to the grocery store and I bought this stuff and like scanned all the coupons and me and the cashier was like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't did it since. And then I got a friend. She got into couponing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she got like a stockpile of laundry detergent, dish detergent, like she could probably wash clothes for a whole year and not buy a near bit of washing powder or laundry detergent, fabric softener, or anything.
Oh my goodness.
Body wash.
Everything. Hey, it adds up, you
I
know.
know. I went to go visit her one time and I was leaving. She's like, "You want something?" Man,
Yeah, it's definitely a good learning lesson about life, but you know, I always tell the kids that I interact with, don't rush it, you know, enjoy your time. Because once adulthood comes, it ain't no coming back.
mm-mm.
So, mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, ain't.
So, I feel like again, we gotta take the leap if we want more for ourselves. We have to be committed and get out of your comfort zone, man. It feels so good. It makes me feel at peace when I'm working on myself and, you know, taking that action.
Mm-hmm.
I can redo my resume that I'm not finished with, but it's things like that that you gotta look into because things that we used to do 20 years ago on a resume is updated now. So, you know, like LinkedIn. I had to go back and update my LinkedIn. What am I like? That's not my thing.
I'm telling you. I had to take I took a whole class about LinkedIn.
Really?
Yeah, it was one LinkedIn. Uh, because it was like part of it was part of like some classes that you can take when when I was retiring.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, like LinkedIn and it was like a resume class, an interview techniques class, and there was some other stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, because I ain't never been on LinkedIn, and I know some people they be on LinkedIn, but I wasn't really interested in it.
Yeah, and connect with your coworkers or former coworkers, and it's just like, you know, when they leave, then you know, I wish you well, um, in your retirement. So I think I got to get out of that comfort zone of doing the norm. So
Mm.
yes, sorry.
But get into it.
Yeah. Lessons of life. continuous learning is so exciting.
You say it keeps you young.
Yeah. Mhm.
Always learning.
Good things, good things. But I'm excited about this year. I really am.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm excited for, to keep this transition going as far as my career, and um it'll be very interesting where I end up at the end of the year. Uh may not be in this state. So yeah.
Do it. Do it.
Huh?
Do it.
Yeah. I got my little
Do it.
I got my little cups that I've been making for motivation. So I can see that in the morning, you know.
Mm. India's creation?
IndiasCreations.com.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a good year. Definitely promising. Um for a lot of people. I feel like this is a year, a reaping year, reaping your harvest. And a lot of people have been, repeating that sermon or sermons. But I feel like, coming out of COVID and trying to get back into the swing of things and all that good stuff. So now it's just like, okay, what are we doing now? What do we really want to do for ourselves? You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
My sister, she just moved to Houston, up and moved to Houston. And it's just like, man, you took the leap.
Mm.
So I'm happy for us that are doing new things. And that's all you can do is take the leap. And
It's all you can do. I'm telling you. Because that's what I'm about to do. Everybody be looking at me funny when I tell them what I'm about to do. You about to drive trucks? Yeah, I'm about to drive a truck. It's in your mind, you think I'm about to go out here and drive a truck for 20 years.
Mm-mm.
Not what I'm going to do. Let me go out here and learn something new, get an understanding of something, and then move on and build on it.
Absolutely.
I'm out here driving a truck for 20 years. You crazy. I'm like, Smokey and the Bandit?
Oh my gosh.
Eastbound down. First song I'm playing when I get in that truck, too. Eastbound down. Load it up in trucking.
Oh my gosh. Tear that highway up. Mm.
Absolutely. Look, transportation is not going anywhere. Logistics is not going anywhere. Stuff needs to get from point A to point B, and it doesn't all fit in a Amazon truck.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And most of that stuff, a whole lot of that stuff gets in the back of a big truck,
Mhm.
and then it goes to somewhere, and then it gets into the little trucks.
Yeah. Amazon is not going anywhere right about now. Very smart story. And even with that, I didn't even know that his people were from Delaware. His stepfather is from Delaware. He went to Salesiana.
Right.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yep. They give back a lot of money to that school.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's just very interesting when you hear stories about locals and, everybody, like you said earlier, some people start at 15, 16, 17. Some people start in their 40s. It's never too late at the end of
Facts.
It's not. And I don't think that, I saw something earlier about talking about putting parameters on different things. And, you know, it's never too late to go back to school or to get a new job or whatever that you want to do, whatever is in your heart, you need to do it. Whatever is going to make you happy.
Absolutely. Even people who you don't think go back and take classes and go back to business school. I know Nick Cannon did. He talked about when he as successful as he's become, he still goes back to and takes like business classes every now and then. Just because things change, things update, and to get abreast on, but the changes, what's new, was or you might get some innovative ideas, inspiration.
It is true. It is true. We can sit here and scroll, or we can sit and study. But be your own self. I love what EYL put out in the last 24 hours talking about you don't have to code switch. Just be yourself when you're
Mm.
and be okay with that. And I feel like, somehow we thought we had the upper hand when we were able to code switch in corporate America or wherever that we were. And they are right. We're not in power when we have the code switch. If we're in power, people are going to accept you for who you are and what you're saying.
Mm.
And I love Jay-Z on the Grammys this Sunday talking about keep showing up. And you have to, without a doubt, you have to keep showing up no matter what happens.
Mm. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I can dig it. Keep
Yeah.
showing.
So we will be back soon.
Absolutely. We've been consistent.
Yeah.
And my friend Jay, because I know you listening, because you be the first one like y'all consistent. I see y'all. So yes, we are being consistent in 24.
Yeah. It's a new year.
I know. So I'm shouting you out, Dr. Mormon, or I'm sorry, Mormon there, Dr. J. I'll call you Dr. J from now on. I hope you see this.
Yeah. She gonna put Dr. J on her license plate.
No.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, all right. Wow, that went by kind of quick.
Yeah, it did.
That went by quick, but consistency. We're gonna be consistent. Consistency. So, all right, well, it's been real. It's been fun. Final thought.
Just continue to show up and do what you love at the end of the day.
Mm. All right. Final thought. I'm not working until I'm 70. Y'all are out y'all mind. I am not working until I'm 70. To tell you the truth, if things work out, uh, I probably won't work past 50. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'll move to Costa Rica or the Philippines or somewhere and leave all y'all. I'm moving to Africa. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm moving to Africa. I'm telling you. South Africa, Ghana, somewhere. I don't know. Matter of fact, I'm about to go visit Jamaica, see what's going on in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to go out there and see what's going on in Jamaica.
Oh man. Hey, love is there. The love is there. So
Mm.
time to travel too. The-
That-
schedule your trips. That is my final reminder.
Oh yeah, facts. I'm telling you, because I've been trying to get to Germany for Christmas for a minute.
Yeah.
I need to get there. Absolutely. Dang, I'm trying to get out your comfort zone and get out this country. Trying to stop playing.
I know, I know. I gotta get some things in order. I got my passport. I just have one thing that I need to do this year for my birthday. So one that I plan on having. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, because I'm done. It's fun. It's good times over there in
That's
Europe during Christmas time. I'm telling you, they celebrate Christmas over there.
yeah.
It's crazy. I like it. I
Yeah.
had a ball. Yes,
Mm-mm-mm.
absolutely. Korea, that's another place.
Oh, really?
Korea, oh my gosh, that's my favorite assignment. See, we going over, but It was my favorite assignment in South Korea. I didn't even want to go to Korea, and I had a ball in Korea.
Really?
If I didn't already had my assignment to come back and be a drill sergeant, I would have stayed in Korea for like another year. I probably stayed in Korea for like 2 years.
Really?
Absolutely.
Just the culture or the
Yeah.
food?
Culture, food, shopping. Yes,
Wow.
absolutely.
That's
I'm
the
t-
thing about traveling. You get to see a whole different world than what we're used to.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, it's astounding to me. Like when you go to other countries, say like Europe, which is not a country, but like Germany, Belgium,
Mhm.
Korea, like the public transportation is so key. Like, you know how many people don't drive over there?
Yeah.
You can get wherever you need to go in public transportation. You know what I mean? Like I can take a train from Belgium to Berlin.
Really?
Absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you take a train here, get off, get on another train, then get on down there, whatever. Yeah. I took a train from Belgium to Luxembourg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we used to take a train to Brussels, Belgium.
Uh-huh.
It was like I think it was like a 40-minute train, 45-minute train ride.
Oh, really?
Drop you off right in the city.
Hmm.
And you walk and get to wherever you need to go to. Take a train to another part, another city. Absolutely. You take a train to the Netherlands. Uh yeah. The further you go, the more it costs, but you know
Wow.
what I'm saying? Yeah. Same thing in Korea. You used to take the train.
Hmm.
Take the train from where I was at and take it down to Yongsang. We took a group of us went down like way down south
Okay.
because they had a mud festival in Korea. And we took and we took a train to one train station and we got on the bullet train. Got on
Really?
the bullet train, went down south.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I was checking into the new train down in Florida where you can go from Miami to Orlando in a small time period. And I was just like, it's just interesting how they come up with this stuff. So,
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's amazing. I don't understand why it should be we should have a better public transportation system in this country. Like we should be able to take a bullet train from the East Coast to the West Coast.
you should. You really should. I don't know why it doesn't exist at this time. We are so far behind. We really are. That's another discussion.
All right, I'm out of here.
We will see you later, cousins.
Facts. Later, cousins.